Bakit hindi gumagana? Ilang beses mo na bang sinubukan na i-delegate ang trabaho? Tapos, ikaw pa rin ang nauuwi na gumagawa? Nakakapagod, di ba? Sinabihan mo na sila kung ano ang gagawin, inasahan mo na gagawin nila ng maayos. Pero pagbalik mo, mali. O kaya, hindi pala tapos. O kailangan mo pang gawin ulit. Alam mo anak, this happens to so many business owners. You try to let go. You try to trust. But it feels like every time you delegate, things will fall apart. Kaya bumabalik ka na naman. Parate sa dati, ikaw na lang ang gagawa. And that's the painful truth. It's not that delegation does not work, anak. It's that most business owners, hindi sila natutong how to delegate properly. Akala natin, pag sinabi na natin ang task, tapos na ang trabaho natin. Pero hindi pala ganun. I've been in business for 40 years, anak, and I have had teams across multiple businesses. And I admit, I made every delegation mistake in the book bago ko natutunan what actually works. Kaya ngayon, to help you see what might be going wrong, let me share 5 common reasons kung bakit delegation is not working for you. Alam mo anak, you cannot grow your business if you are doing everything yourself. And you cannot free yourself if you don't know why delegation keeps failing. Kaya pag-usapan natin yan. Reason number 1, puro utos, walang klarong resulta. Are you telling your team what to do but not what success looks like for you? Maybe you can relate with this couple na si Joel at si Christine. Meron silang uniform manufacturing business. They mainly cater to corporate clients at malalaki yung mga orders nila dahil lumalaki yung kanilang demand. Si Joel handles production while Christine naman handles client relations. Pero Christine was overwhelmed. Too many client calls, too many follow-ups. Obviously, hindi niya kayang gawin lahat mag-isa at kailangan niya ng tulong. And so after discussing it with her partner, she hired an assistant. Christine trained this assistant for 2 weeks. Sinabi lang niya na i-handle mo ang client inquiries ha, ako na ang major accounts. Pero pagkatapos ng isang buwan, Christine was still doing most of the work. The assistant would ask her every small question. And as a result, clients complained dahil napakabagal ng response. And because of this, mas na-stress si Christine compared sa dati. So nung sinabi niya kay Joel ang kanyang problema, tinanong siya ni Joel. Sabi niya, did you tell her exactly kung ano yung good response na dapat na ibigay niya sa customer pag ganyan ang tanong? Did you show her examples of how you handle difficult clients? So, napatigil si Christine. Sabi, naku, hindi. I assumed that she would just figure it out. Anak, ito yung problema. Simply saying, handle the inquiries is not clear. You have to explain and show what handle mean. How fast should the response be? What words should be the assistant using? Kailan niya dapat i-escalate? You see, kung walang clear picture ng success, yung team mo, nag-guessing game sila. And guessing leads to mistakes. Kaya ito ang lesson, anak. Don't just give the task. Define what success looks like by showing them the standard. Otherwise, they will create their own standard and it might not be what you want. Reason 2, ikaw pa rin ang bottleneck. Are you delegating the task but keeping all the decisions? Let me tell you about Andrew and Melissa. Meron silang corporate gifting business for 5 years na. And mga customized items for company events ang kanilang products. Good clients, repeat orders. Ang galing, di ba? Andrew manages the warehouse at saka yung suppliers, tapos si Melissa naman handles the clients at saka yung mga design approvals. Pero si Melissa was really exhausted. Bawat design decision kailangan dumaan sa kanya. Every color choice, every font, every small change. And as a result, her phone was full of messages from the team asking for approvals. Ito ba ang na-experience mo ngayon, anak? So, she decided to delegate. She hired a senior designer to handle client revisions. Pero pagkatapos ng 2 linggo, walang nagbago. The designer kept messaging her, "Ma'am, approve mo na to. Ma'am, okay na ba to? Ma'am, client is waiting." Napansin ni Andrew. Sabi niya, binigay mo na yung trabaho pero you kept the authority. Hindi siya makakapag-decide ng kahit na ano without you. Ikaw pa rin ang bottleneck. So anak, alam mo ba na ito ay common trap? You delegate the work but not the power to make decisions. decisions. Kaya ang ending, your team does the labor. Pero ikaw pa rin ang hinahanap nila for every small thing. Hindi delegation ito. This is just distributed stress. Ito yung lesson. Delegation without authority is not real delegation. Kung hindi nila kayang mag-decide, hindi sila makakagalaw. And if hindi sila pwedeng gumalaw, hindi ka rin pwedeng gumalaw. Reason number 3, wala kang sistema. Puro sabi-sabi lang. Is your process only in your head? Maybe you can relate with this couple. Si Luis at saka si Monique. Meron silang home and living products brand na 6 na taon na rin yung negosyo nila. At binibenta nila itong mga products nila through online at saka through distributors. Si Monique handles marketing and social media, while si Luis naman handles operations and logistics. Dahil yung negosyo ay lumalaki, Monique wanted to delegate content creation. And so, she hired a young marketing assistant who was enthusiastic, creative, and eager to learn. Pero every time na yung assistant ay nag-submit ng content, Monique would revise it heavily. The captions were not right, the hashtags were wrong, and then the timing was off. Bakit hindi mo nasunod yung style na sinabi ko? So the assistant tried to explain. Sabi niya, ma'am, wala naman akong reference. Hindi ko alam kung paano nyo ginagawa. Narinig ni Luis yung conversation. Kaya tinanong niya si Monique, may document ka ba? May checklist? May template? O baka naman lahat nasa utak mo lang? Ouch! Monique realized na wala siyang written system. Tama, everything was just in her head. Kaya yung assistant niya was trying to copy something that was invisible. So anak, kung ang sistema mo exists only in your mind, you cannot transfer it. You can only hope that people guess correctly. And when they don't, you get frustrated. They get also frustrated, and as a result, nobody wins. Diba? Ayaw nating mangyari yon. And so, what this teaches us is simple. If you want someone to follow your process, write it down. No documentation means no transfer. And no transfer means you are stuck forever. If this is what you are experiencing now, then you know why this is happening. Reason number 4, hindi tugma ang tao sa task. Are you delegating to the wrong person? You may not know it yet, so let me tell you about Gilbert and Mylene. Meron silang construction supply trading business for 4 years na. They have a big warehouse and they sell multiple product lines. Meron din silang mga loyal contractors as clients. So you can imagine how well their business is. Pero let's find out in a while. Si Gilbert manages the warehouse and si Mylene naman handles sales and client relationships. Gusto ni Gilbert to step back from daily inventory counting. Pagod na kasi siya at napaka-boring. So he assigned his most senior warehouse staff to take over inventory management. Yung staff naman niya ay napaka-hardworking, loyal, 10 years nang nasa kanila. Kung sino ang pinakamatagal, siya na ang bahala. But after 3 months, inventory errors increased. Stock counts did not match. Items were misplaced. Gilbert had to come back and fix everything. Kaya after observing the whole thing, sabi ni Mylene, eto yung problema. Magaling siyang worker pero hindi siya detail-oriented. Inventory management needs someone who loves tracking numbers. And he is better at physical work, not data work. So na-realize ni Gilbert that he delegated based on loyalty and tenure, hindi based on skill fit. So anak, hindi lahat ng tao ay suited for every task. A hardworking person can still fail if the task does not match yung kanyang strength. Remember, loyalty does not equal capability, ha? Tenure does not equal competence. So ano ang lesson from this experience? Match the person to the task, not just the availability. Delegation can fail when you give them the right work pero to the wrong hands. Remember that. Reason number 5, binigay mo pero hindi mo sinubaybayan. Are you delegating and then disappearing? If this is what you're doing, listen up anak. Let me share about Nico and Pauline. Meron silang gym and maganda yung location ng gym nila, growing membership at napaka-busy ng schedule. Nico handles the trainers and programs. Pauline handles admin and membership. Pauline was overwhelmed with membership renewals. Sobrang dami na dapat track. So, she assigned one of her admin staff to handle all the renewal follow-ups. Ikaw nang bahala sa renewals ha. Update mo lang ako kapag may problema. Tapos, she moved on. She trusted her staff and she focused on other things. 2 months later, Nico noticed something. Bakit bumababa ang renewal rate natin? Chinek nila yung records at napansin nila dozens of members had not been contacted. Follow-ups ay hindi nagawa. Sayang, renewals na sana lumulusot pa sa mga daliri nila. Disappointed, Pauline asked her staff, bakit hindi mo sinundan ito? Sabi ng staff, Ma'am, hindi ko naman alam na behind na ako. Walang nagtanong. Akala ko okay lang. Anak, eto yung namimiss ng karamihan sa mga business owners. Delegation is not give and then forget. It's give and follow up. Without regular check-ins, small problems become big problems, and by the time you notice, the damage is done. Anak, ang lesson na ito. Delegate but don't disappear and leave the person on his or her own. Remember to check progress. Ask questions and allow them to ask questions as well. Stay connected dahil your presence keeps things on track. Tapos, little by little, pwede mo nang i-let go. So, anak, delegation is not magic ha. It's a skill. Kaya pag sinabing skill, it takes practice, systems, and self-awareness. If delegation keeps failing for you, it's not because your people are bad. It's not because you are unlucky. It might be because something in your approach needs to change. So, tingnan mo ang business mo this week and tanungin mo yung sarili mo. Am I giving clear outcomes or just malabong instructions? Am I delegating authority or just yung mga tasks? Do I have written systems or only mental notes? Am I matching the right person to the right work? Am I following up or just hoping that it gets done? So if you answered honestly and saw yourself in any of these, anak, that's your starting point. Delegation done right is freedom, and it means you can grow. It means you can rest. It means your business can run without you holding every single thing. Alam mo, anak, you have worked too hard to stay trapped in tasks that others could do if only you knew how to hand them over properly. So, tell me in the comments, which of these 5 mistakes have you experienced? Ano ang pinakamahirap para sa iyo when it comes to delegation? Remember, let's be business-minded, Pinoy.